Hey Eve, how are you doing? How are you doing, mods? I hope you all have a lovely day as well. I remember back in the so I did an exam and I lowered my microphone because it's an online exam and I went to post it down now. Welcome back into this one, and this is going to be the first silver of the entire split. The thing is, you get to the middle part of this map so fast. It's just around the corner from your spawn into the point that you need to hold. Midnight goes in, but completely gets shut down. Dempsey holds the point with 2 shots, 2 kills. And as it stands, GIANTx also suffers the might coming in from Skyzer. Skyzer trying to get the revenge from what happened in the previous week. And look at the way they're playing. G2 already has control of both cornices and huts. Right now, Vitality is just holding a bit because they need to get everyone on the same position. They need to go on to the top side, or else they're just going to be demolished just like that. There's a shot from afar, but at least Imperio takes the trade, and it's going to be a 3v3 at the moment. Dimsy is forced to go back a bit just to regen a little bit of that HP. Meanwhile, Imperio under heavy fire. He's trying to do the trade, but GIANTx is the one suffering. It's going to be 2 kills in favor of G2, so it's going to be a 3v2, which allows Midnight to instantly go to the mid, but GIANTx takes him out with a nade. So that means the point is still on the favor of Vitality. Vitality recovering a bit. And also, due to the fact that we're looking into silver for the first time, it means that the players probably have played this hundreds of times, but competitively, like this, it's not the same. A push comes through. Imperio is Kadam doing a lot of work with a double kill all of a sudden. GIANTx is also under fire, and GIANTx is the one taking the kill for his team, taking out Skyzer, which is a big name to take. But regardless, this allows G2 to retake the point in the middle and also retake the rest of the map. Both top sides on corners and even 3 are being controlled right now by G2. The point in the middle as well. So the high ground goes in. You know you have to throw those nades into the tree in order to try and get any sort of shot at coming back. GIANTx doing a lot of work already with 3 kills on the scoreboard. But still, Skyzer makes sure that he doesn't have a lot of story to tell anyone else, as 35% is already rolling in favor of G2, and apparently the map is now under control of this team. The team that made everybody suffer at the beginning of the split is trying to recover since they don't have the first place. 44% already, getting close to that 50% as Imperio takes a shot on Skyzer, but instantly the trade goes there, and Mikadono and Imperio. Mikadono goes down, Imperio not yet, and GIANTx has to go back, 24 HP. This is not what he wants at the moment, as Imperio is sitting at 100, but that's because he had to fall back. As you look, he's sitting close to the TP, because the tree is under control permanently in favor of G2. A good step in coming in from G2, not allowing anyone to get the top side of the map. Finally recovering a bit, but Dempsey still takes down Imperio from afar. Dempsey is working a lot with a double kill, trying to get the triple. It's Skyzer that takes down GIANTx at the moment, and on the top side, GIANTx takes down Midnight, and it's all about that shotgun. Only 1 member remains, and look at this. He's completely surrounded. GIANTx. Skyzer is just looking around the TP. They're throwing nade after nade, but just because they don't have those nades, it allows Vitality to try and bite back. Midnight gets spotted, doesn't get shot, and Skyzer is still behind enemy lines. Finally gets spotted. They realize they have to take down Skyzer in order to fight this one, but Skyzer is way too big. Good nade, and it brings down Skyzer because GIANTx realizes he has to move out of that nade range, and this allows GIANTx to take 2 kills, 67 to 24, make it a 25-26 as it's just rolling in, allowing Vitality to do something about this, because this is not the map of G2. Well, at least the pick. Dempsey not allowing anyone to move on the top side of the field. is making things a little bit harder for Vitality. A 2v4 as it stands. Kaiser in midnight takes 2. Gombertois takes Kerem. But the respawn timers are not in favor of this French team. Vitality, the bees. But they're still under control on the mid, which allows them to rack a lot of points, 67 to 45. So even if you think, okay, on the kill field, on the kill part, this is not in favor of Vitality. But as it stands, it's allowing Vitality to rack those points up. And oh, the way they go into the back, and somehow Vitality are biting back. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. A 3v2. Dempsey responds. And what is the decision right now? They're picking up the pace. Nades being fired away onto the top side of the field, like making sure that no one has a hold of the tree, of the corners as well. Not allow them to flank. A lot of control on the higher grounds. Imperio, Zaybox, and Mikadono does a lot of work. Only Skies remains, and just like that, G2 are running out of gas. The team that was unstoppable on the first match day when they played versus each other. G2 completely destroyed Vitality, and as it stands, it doesn't look like, because they finally go on to the lead for the first time on this map. On Silva, the first Silva of the entire split. 3 members just bleeding out on G2. They have to just hold on for a little minute. And at least now they're full HP. They need to go and push. A good push allows them to retake the middle. 70 versus 76. 3 minutes to wrap this up. But I think one of these teams will be able to end it a little bit shorter than the time up there.
Your team just took the lead.
The retake from G2 is good. It's perfect. They're waiting on the spam to be used. They don't have their own sonar, so they can't just push forward. And they lose almost 2 members. Well, make it 2. At least a trade exists, but Dimsy makes it even awkward. And Gombertois is the solo member right now, holding the TP, but not holding the point. And as it stands with 91%, it looks like G2 might be able to finish this one. The last push allowed onto the bees. They'll have to rush in. 95%, and G2 are aware of that. Cannon takes down Midnight. This is the perfect opportunity. This is just a golden hour, but it's not there. And G2 still close up the map. 100 to 76. But a lot to talk about this one. I think it's because it's too fresh. It's too fresh. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's Ceres. Yeah, I look into this map, like, it has a lot of openings. I think it has a tremendous amount of openings. You could go through door, you can hide on cable, waiting for someone to go through the electric. Then you can just push the C1, the C3 or C2. I usually call them boxes. Yeah, you see these stacking boxes. A lot of open angles. You have to, if you're defending, you need to hold so much. And Avant, they push forward. G2 already with the lead on the cities, but not on the map. 9 minutes, well, 10 minutes right now, counting down to see who takes this one. A good nade means that Midnight has to reposition himself, going to the middle of the field. Skies just pushing in, completely destroys the enemy team. It is a wipe in favor of G2. And the scary team are back on action. The fight is under control from the bottom part on cable and electric. They're just facing each other, but Shoto actually dies onto Kerem. But a trade exists, which is Zaybox taking down Kerem. It is a 1-for-1. Takes him a while, but still manages to be successful at it. They do have 4 members right now. If you look at Kerem, he still needs 5 seconds, which allows this team from Vitality to have the upper hand in terms of counts. A good shot comes in from the M12, but somehow G2 stays strong, and Ace still with no kills, but doing some hefty work in here as well. Right now it's Kerem and Skyzer doing the heavy load in terms of getting those kills. Ace and Imperio facing each other. The M12 is charged, so that means Ace has the opportunity to win this one on one shot, and that's exactly what happens. At 27-0 right now means that Vitality are under pressure. Shoto goes in, raises the wall, but there's no wall that stops Ace and Kerem, which allows them to just go in and takes another one. A 2v2 still exists. but it looks like Vitality are falling back. They don't have the confidence to push forward. Meanwhile, Kerem just holding on to the post. It allows Gambartois to go on to the other side. Finds Ice, but doesn't find Kerem. And that's why the trade exists. Imperio does a good job rushing in to try and take them down. And this means for the first time that Vitality have the control of the map, as Midnight is forced to go back, fall back, and allows the 8 points, which is the only point on this map of Ceres, to be controlled by Vitality. They are finally allowed to breathe a bit. But if you know G2, you know they're not going to allow that one. They're going to push from Electric, but a good kill. At least the trade exists. A 2 versus 3 with Imperio respawning in 7 seconds. Zaybox and Shoto do a lot of work. And now it's Midnight, kind of lonely. He gets one from the front, but appears the flank. And Zaybox not only takes down the last remaining member of that push from G2, but it also allows a retake coming in for the team of Vitality. A different composition, a different presence as well within the field from what we saw on the first week of EVA Pro League. The silence is reigning on this one. Nade goes in, but it's not the nade that kills, it's Kerem. Gambartois does the trade again, and Gambartois is doing heavy lifting today. Kerem doing the same, and the weather just pushing in right now with no respect whatsoever from the enemy. Means they will be able to at least hold this point for the 10% lead. Additional 10% lead. 42. It might go on to 53 before they even have a chance to get close onto the point. Nade goes in. Gets soaked in. And G2 are just trying to hold as much as possible. But look at the good job coming in from Gambartois, but Kerem doesn't allow him to take that one for free. Look onto the back. It is Ice chasing down with the M12. The chase ends perfectly for this team, G2, who are still in the lead with the 55%, raising itself to 65, just as we debated. They get spotted, they get shot. Midnight goes on to Gambartois, but there's a trade that Midnight doesn't allow to be a single or an even trade. Goes for the triple kill, waiting for the last member, but he's kind of dead. So it would have to be from afar. You see the sniper coming into action as well, but the nade forces Zaybox and the rest of the team to fall back. A 74% means that they don't have a lot of opportunities right now, and as they throw the sonar, they realize where the enemy is. Push, push, push. This is exactly what the team of Vitality need to do. But if they're not able to at least spy one or take one for free, things are going to be awkward. Well, it kind of happens, but Skyzer goes instantly for the trade of 2. He still has the wall up if he needs to. Skyzer pushes in, goes for Imperio, doesn't even need to use the wall. He's now chasing. He's kind of lonely, but somehow there's backup, and this means Skyzer goes in for Shotos. And with a 93%, I think you can make it 100, because the team of Vitality won't be able to respawn in time to try yet again. The 8 point is controlled, and the cities goes in favor of G2.